Howdy everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's been a couple of years since I've uploaded. A lot of things have changed. My line of work has changed and everything that I'm doing now. So I decided it's a good time to start actually uploading again and actually stick with it. Like I said, I am going to be doing some of the same things that I have been doing, such as the radios and some prepping stuff. Maybe not as much as I would like, but we'll still keep doing some of the radio stuff because I do use radios quite often and whatnot. But today I wanted to go over something different. I want to focus more on firearms today and the firearms community as a whole, kind of eventually. Today I'm specifically talking about PSA or Palmetto State Armory, if you're not familiar with them. They make cheap, budget-minded firearms, ammunition, and they sell other manufacturers' weapons and ammo as well. They get a lot of pushback for their quality control, or at least they tend to online. And I can't say I've had some issues with them as well, but I just wanted to talk about their three greatest assets that they have going for them right now. I'm not going to waste your time. Let's get into it. So first off, I want to mention the AR-15s. This is a PSA lower, A2 lower with a 20-inch upper, not the premium with the effing cold chrome line barrel, just their standard barrel, and put a Monstrum tactical rail on here because it's $20. PSA probably makes the best low-cost AR-15 that you can get. You can't get much lower without losing a great deal of quality. And I know people, if you, two of my favorite YouTubers are, M26 Lemon Grenade and Trench Grenade. I share very similar opinions about PSA. I'm probably more positive about PSA than they are. Because in my mind, if anything goes wrong with any of the PSA parts in here, I can swap them out for actual BCM parts or whatever I may need to put in here. I did replace the bolt carrier after about roughly 800 rounds. That bolt carrier is actually right here. As you can see, their brand. After around 700-800 rounds, the gas rings started getting a little too loose, and which we'll go over another day. So I did just replace the bolt carrier in this one specifically. But for around $400 to $500, they make a good AR-15. I say good because, like I said, an AR-15 is very modular. You can change things out. However, I do think they need to step up the quality on them, because on an extra upper I have laying around from PSA, that's also a 20-inch upper, the barrel has a slide, is a little clogged. So we'll do more pictures of this eventually one day, more in depth. But on this upper here, the feed ramp doesn't quite have a perfect line up to the barrel. So it's a little clogged. I can tell from looking at it, it's pretty obvious. And PSA is known for its clogged barrels, canted front sights, and so some other issues like the barrel nut being done by a gorilla or something. And not that the rifles don't run, they run. But I think PSA could improve. Like I said, they have three things that they have going for them, and that is their cost-friendly AR-15s. And if they just worked on the quality a little bit more, the barrel nuts don't even be that tight. Make sure the feed ramps line up with the barrel. Pretty simple stuff, and it's a great thing to go to. Next is their ammunition that they make in-house. This here is some AAC 55 grain 5.56. I don't keep a whole bunch of this because I prefer to stock up on Winchester white box stuff that you buy in bulk. But I do buy a couple of these just to kind of see what's up. And if you go on Reddit, you can see that they need to just PSA is pushing out so much stuff. Even if they had good quality control, stuff is still going to get out. So you could argue, well, that's not good quality control, and that's sure. I'm not going to argue one way or the other. I recognize they're pumping out a massive amount of weapons and bullets every day. However, if they hone down and kind of picked up their pants, hoisted down, just focus on the little small things a little more, this would be fantastic ammo. Some people reported inconsistent pressures. I've had good luck with their ammo. If you look, like I said, go on Reddit, you can find people open up their boxes and they have a Saber round in there, or a VMAX round in there. So I don't know how that happens other than quality control. But like I said, it's not that much. Like I said, this is all constructive criticism for PSA. Like I said, make good AR-15s and get your ammo down. You're good to go. And that's all, because that's what most people really need is a decent AR-15. They don't have to cost an arm and a leg, and some decent ammo to go to the range and protect themselves with. It's pretty simple stuff. And this here is their second most valuable asset, in my opinion. The last thing I think that they can improve on is their H&R line. And that's because of all the same issues we have with the PSA ARs. Fantastic. I love them just because they're cheap. Like I said, I pan this here, I throw this thing around, it gets beat up altogether. Not besides the bolt carrier I took out for the tool craft. I have over 1,000 rounds on this one, and it's been fantastic. But the H&R line, they have the name, they have the parts, they can make a fantastic retro AR-15. They have that capability. And I'm saying they don't look fantastic, but like I say, it's the small quality control things like the barrel nut, the feed ramps lining up, small little things like that. And why would I spend $1,100 to $1,300 on an H&R made by PSA when I could buy a BCM upper for $600 and either buy a Saber PSA lower or an Arrow Precision lower for like $200, if that, and have a much better, more modular rifle for $800. I know you're paying for the name, but once again, if you're going to make a product like that, that is that retro 2-spec, has the name, it needs to be a very solid product. It needs to be well-rounded. It's just missing some things. As like I said, the H&R and their basic AR-15s or Freedom line, the same issues. The build control is what needs to be worked on, and the ammunition, I haven't had any problems with it. However, I do acknowledge there are people having some issues with it, and I think if PSA just focused on their ARs and their ammunition, they'd really be set and probably wouldn't have as many issues. And I get it's difficult to make AKs, but that's not about the PSA AKs today. It's really about the 3 assets that I believe PSA has going for them right now. It's massive that we have another ammunition manufacturer in this country that's not Winchester, that's actually making everything in-house and not having stuff brought in from overseas or having to purchase from someone else. So I commend PSA on that, and I know they're still very new in the game here for ammunition. I hope here in a couple years they can have everything tightened up a little bit, and I think that'd be a fantastic thing. And I do think PSA is, when I first started buying PSA, and I have had several of their products, most of their products in fact, the AR has been the most consistent at least, which is a good thing. And like I said, just tightened up on it a little more, and I think they're pretty good to go rifles for, say here, more laid back use, not necessarily duty. I mean, you can use them for duty. You can still get clapped with a duty with the $399 Freedom Clearance Special, PSA AR, but something that's going to last, a long time. And if you don't shoot that much, you're more casual shooter, and a PSA will probably do you good. But if someone is going to buy a PSA AR-15, and it's going to be their one AR-15 that they buy in their life, I want that to be a very good AR-15, if that makes sense. I want the quality to be there. If anything did go wrong with the barrel gets shot out because they actually shoot their gun, which is fantastic, then I want them to be able to go in and take off the barrel, not have to end up stripping anything or busting the upper receiver because it was tightened down 200 pounds. So, like I said, it's a serviceable rifle, and I think they could get better at improving the service life of that rifle just by, like I said, doing the little things. So that's it for this video. I know it's a short video. I'm here in my workshop, and I am in the process of setting up electricity, getting more things going so we can have more fun in here and have better conversations. If you like this video, please like it, subscribe. I'm gonna have more content going out. I hope I have an upload, maybe 2 every week. I'll be doing a few firearm reviews every now and then, so stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, if you have anything you want me to do as far as firearms everyday carry, leave it in the comments. If you have anything to add on to this video or like any critiques, I'm open to it. I'm not going to shut off the comments or anything like that. I want to hear feedback, and that's how we learn more. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video, like I said, and